Hey, what's up everyone? I am Khoro. Welcome to another video. Today we're talking more about last year, the Nightmare, and kind of the things that were put together to make this game, I guess, for lack of a better words, a failure. It kind of flopped on release, and we're gonna go over kind of the reasoning that I personally believe. But yeah, without further ado guys, please, if you do enjoy, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Alright you guys, so when we talk about last year, the Nightmare, and its downfall, its failure, and its decline, the first thing that always pops up in my mind, and is probably the first thing that pops up on your mind if you know anything really about the release of this game, is that it is on Discord. So the game released right around Christmas, so the game hasn't even been out for a full year yet, and its decline has been so rapid and so massive, it's unbelievable. And this is because of the fact that it was released to Discord. A lot of people beg to say it's not the Discord release because it did grab some attention off launch, with people like H2O Delirious, Wrecker, just to name a few, playing the game, and the game got a lot of views, and I'm sure that a lot of people bought the game when it was quite fresh and new and exciting. But that's just the point. It's no longer new, fresh, and exciting. As far as I know, no DLC content has been released yet for the game. On top of this, guys, we have a post on the r/last year, so it's the official Reddit for last year, the Nightmare, and it's from 6 months ago, which is right around December, and he says, "All I'm looking for is estimates. What's the likelihood of being able to find US players at any given point during the day?" And a lot of people have been saying it's rapidly shrinking, and this was 6 months ago. So right around the release, this game was already on a decline. Sure, player counts aren't the end all be all of your game being popular, but honestly, it's going to be really negative for your game. Nobody's going to be buying your game if no players are playing it. It's the same reason nobody really wants to jump into Friday the 13th. It's not that Friday the 13th is a bad game at all in any regards. It's a good game. It's just that people are skeptical of playing it and rebooting kind of the player base, because the player base is dwindling and it's hard to find a lobby. Why would I spend $30 on a game where I can't even play it? At that point, it's just a little icon on my desktop. And that's part of the reason I think last year the Nightmares were really struggling. And to kind of add on to the whole play count and the whole Discord discussion, Twitch is another place I go because it's not on Steam. We won't be able to see the Steam player counts, but on Twitch, it's kind of my second go-to to figure out just kind of the following for this game. Honestly, it was quite surprising. I looked for quite some time before I realized that I wasn't searching it up wrong, or you know, maybe I was like, the game's probably not showing up, maybe it's not technically a partnered game. No, it is. It's a legitimate game on the directory of Twitch. There's just nobody playing it. There's nobody streaming it. There's nobody watching it. All the clips and videos of people streaming it are from 6 days ago, and they have like 80 views. So obviously nobody's really streaming this game, and that's the only thing that would honestly keep it alive at this point. I do know that on YouTube, Wrecker does make quite a few videos of this game, but as of checking his YouTube channel, from what I can see here guys, the last video he made on the game was 5 months ago. So that's kind of crazy that his last video was just, you know, 2 or 3 months after the release of the game, and then he hasn't played it since. And that obviously does a lot of damage. You know, if everybody stops making content on the game, of course the player base is going to dwindle because nobody's watching, nobody's interested, and the game as a whole starts to decline. The game is supposedly coming to Steam as well as consoles. Now, the whole console release was supposed to be in 2019, and I'm not 100% sure on if that's going to be if it's going to be the case. I'm sure they've already been working on it, so maybe they will decide to, you know, power through and throw it out to consoles. But even if they do, will it really make a difference? Not quite, but it could still reboot the game a little bit. I do know that there is a decent demographic of players on Friday the 13th, the game, for PS4 and Xbox One. So I mean, it's pretty interesting. And just to put it into kind of retrospect, you have nobody streaming last year the Nightmare. You have nobody watching. The game is completely dead as far as Twitch goes. Then you've got a game like Friday the 13th that's coming up, or it has hit 2 years already, right? And that game has 429 viewers, so actually not doing too bad, and it is a good streaming game, honestly. And so the fact that 400 people are actually watching across Twitch, there's got to be at least like 50-60 streamers here who are actually streaming this game. That's quite impressive for a game that's supposedly, you know, dead. There's going to be no content for, and that just means that it is a good game and it was developed for content and to be interesting with every different playthrough. And that's just something that Last Year the Nightmare lacks. And that's kind of another point here, is that the game has no replayability to it and no like progression system, no level system. You play as the same 4 characters. It's not there. It's like the whole package is it's a fun game, sure, it's interesting, it's different, but at the end of the day, it's just not really doing too much for itself. And so, like I said, I don't know what this means for the, you know, it's supposed to be coming out to Steam and it's supposed to be coming out to consoles. I'm not too sure what this spells for Last Year the Nightmare. It could be the end of Last Year the Nightmare. There's been really no new content to keep players coming back to the game, and I feel like that would kind of rejuvenate and kind of bring players back to the game, because they can make content. Because if you put it back in a retrospect, if they really worked hard and they punched out a brand new like killer and a brand new map and a bunch of replayability to the game, they added like a system, you know, who cares, like add a battle pass. Honestly, you got to get players back into your game, and you're kind of running out on your window to do so. So for that case, guys, I do think that Last Year the Nightmare is officially dead. A very successful game in its early development, but honestly guys, I feel like a lot of people were just restricted off launch, and I feel like a lot of people who were kind of close, like not really closely following the game, but you know, they were still interested in the game, just didn't even know it released. I was one of those people. I was looking forward to this game. I was of course gonna buy this game, and I wanted to play this game. It looked interesting, it looked fun, it looked new, and it looked like a break from the usual F13 grind. But then honestly, I just forgot about it. It's almost like it never came out, and then it was until I saw Anthony streaming the game when I was like, oh right, I forgot this is a thing. And of course it came out in December, so it was so long ago, guys, and it completely slipped my mind. So what I want to know, guys, is do you think there is any chance for Last Year the Nightmare to, you know, make a comeback? Do you think that it is dead in the water, or do you think, yes, if they put some effort into it, the game could come back? Leave your comments down below and like the video if you guys are new, of course, subscribe, and yeah, that's everything for me today. Thank you very much for watching. I love you all. Peace out.